For this lesson, we are going to drill down into a lot of the really cool SEO functionality of SpyFu. So what I want you to do is follow along with me. So first, get out a piece of paper or open a notepad file on your computer and think about off the top of your head who your competitors are that are doing really well in search that you'd like to emulate. Don't go to Google and try to test that out right now. Just think off the top of your head. So pause this video and do that. Now that you have a list of competitors that you're aware of that you'd like to emulate, go ahead and go to google.com, type in the keywords that you'd like to rank for, the most profitable, best keywords that you can think of in your niche, and take note of the competitors that you see there. These are people and companies that you want to emulate that you might not already have on your list that you made before. So pause this video, do that, and resume. Okay. Now that you have this really cool list of all these people that you can learn from, we are going to look into the SEO side of SpyFu. So go to spyfu.com, type in this enter a competitor bar right here, the best competitor, the one that you think is doing so well. It doesn't have to be final. You can do all of these at one point, but just pick one for right now, the one that's maybe the top of the search terms that you most want to rank for. I'm going to do HubSpot.com. They're a very large marketing automation company. So type in your target domain of the competitor you want to emulate, hit enter. Okay, we're at the general overview page, but you want to navigate up to the right of that at the top bar to SEO research. Click on that. This page gives you a lot of really good information that you can start to take note of. The first thing you're going to see is how many keywords this particular competitor ranks for. In the case of HubSpot, they have an amazing SEO team. They have over 100,000 keywords that they rank for on Google. Your competitor probably has a lot fewer than that, but this is a really good list of keywords. You can see the estimated monthly SEO clicks, and what that means is, how many people are actually clicking on these keywords on, the HubSpot of your search, whatever you typed in. This is very important because a lot of these might be long tail keywords, which are keywords that don't have a lot of search volume. They might not be on the first page, etc. So this gives you a really good view into how much traffic you're actually getting for your competitor from SEO. And also to the right of even that, the value. So in the case of HubSpot, they're getting an estimated $6.6 million in value. That is a very strong target for you to try to emulate. They're making millions and millions of dollars just from their SEO efforts. Put a triple star next to that if you see someone making millions of dollars in your niche, because they are the mark to beat or even to come close to. You're going to be very happy if you can emulate even 20% of their success. If you scroll down, you're going to see a lot of really important things like the inbound links. That's another word for backlinks. These are crucial for SEO. Has a nice little chart here. How many are blog sites that are linking? How many are news sites? How many are, they have affiliate links, which are sometimes indicative of the company that is linking to it being of slightly lesser trustworthiness, sometimes not. Forums, .gov, .edu, directories, etc. These are some of the major categories in SEO. So if you have a link from a .gov site, that's often seen as more authoritative than just some random forum. So this gives you a little peek into the quality of the links of your competitor. If you continue to scroll, you see, I put in HubSpot, you put in what you put in. You see the best competitors to your target domain here: Kissmetrics, WordStream, Neil Patel, and Moz in my results page. This gives you really good ideas that you can look at later to find out, if you want to emulate them. If you continue to scroll, you see the shared organic keywords. This gives you a glimpse into the overlap. So if Kissmetrics, HubSpot, and WordStream.com all sort of share, over 8,000 keywords, that these are really fertile keywords for you if you compete in the same niche as all of these three. These are keywords that you probably want to target yourself because all of these other people are. If you continue to scroll, you'll see things like most valuable keywords. These are great actionable tips that you can put into your business. If you see a particularly valuable keyword, it should set off a light bulb for you. Jot that down, asterisk that. You're going to want to push out some content and promote it to try to rank for that keyword, because it's very valuable for whatever competitor you put in, and you want to tap into some of that value. If you keep scrolling, you'll see things like page 1 keywords, almost there keywords. This is basically, if you look at almost there, it's like close but no cigar. What keywords is your target almost ranking on page 1 for, but not quite yet? I know I'm going fast, but there is so much to cover in SpyFu, and this is just the overview. So at the bottom here, towards the end, you see a summary of the inbound links and then the ranking history. But if you go all the way up, you'll see there is so much more to cover just in the SEO side of SpyFu. If you click competitors here, you'll see what we saw from the overview before, but if you continue to scroll, you'll see that much more than 5 or so competitors, there is a huge amount, QuickSprout, Marketo, Content Marketing Institute, all these results, Yoast.com, all these various competitors that should give you a lot of new ideas for people to look into further. They might have some really great ads that you can look into with SpyFu, download their copy, maybe make it your own with your own twist. But this should give you a lot of insight into who the players in your niche are. If you click on any one of these, I'm just going to click on Yoast right here. And a second or two, it's going to refresh this top graph. If you scroll up to the top and then scroll down in this left-hand pane here, you'll see it added Yoast in a ranking graph here, which shows you how this has fared over time compared to the other ones we have selected. If you go to Combat, this is a really cool tool in SpyFu. You can choose 3 different domains right up here. So, you have your list from before. If there are any stars or asterisks, you might put them into these 3 different categories, into these 3 different form fields here. And what you can do is you can see how many keywords that they all rank for. You can see other really cool stuff like how many keywords at least one of them ranks for. You can see weaknesses for your target domain, which are keywords that the other 2 rank for, but not your target. So if you punch in your own domain into this keyword combat tool and 2 of your competitors, this gives you a really good insight as to what your next strategy might be. You probably want to look into those weaknesses. You can also see exclusive keywords, which are things that only your target rank for, but not your other 2 competitors. If you scroll down here, keyword universe, you start seeing some of these keywords here, successful email blasts, advertising clicks, and so on. So this gives you some good ideas. It also has the cost per click information, the difficulty, the search volume. So it's really important not to overlook things that have low search volume, for example, because if they're particularly easy to rank for, an extra 200 clicks a month or even a year, depending on what you're selling, could really be very valuable to you. So if we scroll up, keyword groups is a fantastic tool I think you're going to really benefit from. If you click on keyword groups, what it's going to do is it's going to take your target domain, it's going to look at all the keywords that it ranks for, and it's going to try to classify them into different categories. So to the left, you see HubSpot has 148 keywords in the business category. It has 67 in the email category, 57 in website. Why don't we go ahead? I'm going to click on email. You can click on whatever group categories you're seeing. I'm going to click on email right here. You can drill down further. Is it email and also automated? What about bounced? What about email software? I'm going to go ahead and click on the subcategory automated, which itself has 10 keywords. To the right, you can see all these cool keywords that if you're in this niche, you might want to compete on. Automated email, automated emails, plural, automated email response. The list only goes on, and this is going to give you lots of cool insights such as SEO difficulty, which is kind of a cool metric you can use to see, can I compete? If I were to push out a blog post, get some good or decent backlinks, could I rank on the first page? It gives you monthly search volume. If something has a monthly search volume of 10, it might not be worth the time. But we're looking here, automated email has an estimated 480 monthly searches. That's probably a very reasonable keyword to try to rank for, depending on the size of your business and how much you're selling your services for. We also see monthly cost and the cost per click. This is really cool because you're allowing the free market to decide how valuable this stuff is. So again, we're in SEO right now, but if you had to buy this on pay-per-click, how valuable would that be? If you go up here and go to the SEO keywords tab, you have really cool most valuable keywords. Take a real, pause this video, take a long look at this. If you punched in a domain into SpyFu that covers something very similar to what you're covering, you're going to want to pay extra attention to what are the most valuable keywords for that domain. These are keywords that if you spend the time to rank for and you succeed, you're probably going to see the most gains for. We can sort this. So let's say I want to do, I want to click cost over click. Boom. Right now we see the stuff that costs the most money if you were to pay for it. We can sort by ranking difficulty, searches per month, anything you want. You can sort it to your heart's desire. This is going to give you a really good list of stuff that you might want to try to rank for organically. Ranking history. This is another important tab. This is going to give you the top 10 keywords, and you can add up here in sort of the top left. And this is going to give you a cool graph that you can see the movement on the SERPs for your target domain. You might put in your own domain or a competitor, whoever you want, put it in there, and you can see just how they change their rankings. If you go back up, backlinks, they are crucial. I'm a big believer in the importance of backlinks. So if you click on the backlinks tab, we can see HubSpot primarily is linked to from blogs. You can see that right here on the left, then news sites, etc. This is really important because you're going to see a lot of links to your competitors that give you an opportunity to get a link too. If you scroll down to the bottom left under backlink combat, this is super actionable. You can do a couple things here. You can show pages that link to a competitor. And what this does is it kind of cross-references. So if you have HubSpot or whoever you're doing, and then you add a second target in the same niche, you're going to see backlink targets that are particularly likely to link to you. Because if they're linking to multiple people in your exact vertical, what's another entry to that list? These are very likely candidates. You can also exclude pages that already link to you. There is no use, contacting people, doing outreach, trying to get links if you're actually already linked to from that site. When you only have a handful of links, this might not be so important, but when you start getting hundreds or even thousands of links, this is going to be very useful because you're going to start to forget, and you might not even be aware of some links as they trickle in. If you go, the last tab here in the SEO menu is SEO reports. This is if you're a marketing agency. You can also use this if you are trying to justify the value of SEO to your boss. You might, only do SEO for your particular company, but it really helps if you can demonstrate value to your bosses. You can do a lot with this in terms of generating reports that try to quantify the impact of your SEO efforts. This was a lot to cover. Hopefully you've been pausing. You've been trying to extrapolate the value in your particular vertical with your particular competitors. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the immense value and utility to your SEO efforts that SpyFu has to offer if you know how to use it. Later, we're going to go over PPC, which is very important as well. And you're going to see that when you combine these two, that's when the magic really happens, because you are not leaving any stone left unturned. See you in the next video.